Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back finally to a new Rimworld Let's Play. So this time we're going to be doing a new start, a new set of mods. These ones are a little bit more exciting, and yeah, you know, a new objective, I guess. So we'll get started by checking through the mod list. So a lot of these are very similar. Both of these are just libraries that modders use for functionality. And the main feature of this playthrough is the Call of Cthulhu mods pack, I guess. Which basically adds a lot of changes that bring it in line with Lovecraftian horror. And specifically we're looking at cults. We're definitely going to set up a cult to worship one of the Eldritch gods. And cosmic horrors adds lots of horrible monsters to kill our colonists, or cultists should I say, which is always good. Organized research is a bit of housekeeping. Vegetable garden, we'll leave it on. Yeah, it doesn't really interfere with that. Setup camp allows travel a lot easier. Recon and discovery adds a lot of random events to the world. So in the vanilla game there's not a whole lot of events in the actual world, and these add a lot more, which you can see down here. Bridge Yellow was added when they added rivers. It allows you to make bridges across them, because now some rivers can't actually be crossed, which is really good. I haven't used it yet, but we'll see how we go. Rim hair just adds more hairstyles. Prisoner harvesting. Now, this allows you to harvest the organs of prisoners without your colonists getting negative debuffs from that. And you know, we're cultists. We don't care about the non-believers. If they won't start worshipping with us, they can die. So yeah. Mad skills, which we used in our last Let's Play, and we have currently set the decay to 0%. So once you've got a level and a skill, it will never drop. I don't really like how it works in standard Rimworld. Like, I can deal with it, but I'm not 100%. I don't 100% agree with it. It drops way too fast, especially at high levels. Like, I get what they were going for, that, you know, to be really legendary at a skill, you need to like keep using it, but it can decay over the course of like 3 days if you don't do it. And the idea that someone would forget how good they are at something, or, you know, lose their skill after less than a year without doing it at all, is a bit ridiculous. So we've put that on. Feed the colonists just lets us produce more food quicker, which is good. Misc training gives us shooting and melee targets to attack, and it trains their joy, which is always good. Efficient lights just drop the power consumption of lamps from 75 to 25, because 75 is a bit steep. Expanded prosthetics and organ engineering. I don't want the whole pack, but I have this on just primarily for the ability to create sort of organs and stuff. I'm not up there with all the prosthetics for this playthrough, but in terms of like being able to make a new eye or something, grow one, that I find quite helpful. So we'll leave that on. I'll probably end up making bionic limbs and stuff if we get that far anyway, but we'll see how we go. Medical training just allows you to cut up corpses for medical, you know, well, training, but medical skill, which is really handy. A lot of people think it breaks the game, and I don't think it breaks the game, but it definitely makes some of the early stages a lot easier, and you don't have to set up a ton of graves and stuff you don't have to set up a mass grave for your invaders. The medical tab, I put this on a while ago, and I'm leaving it on just because it doesn't really affect much. It's just another tab down the bottom. More vanilla turrets, we used that in our last playthrough. It adds several more turrets, including the machine gun. It's not a nest, I forget what it is. Complex, I think it's called. The one that you can actually man instead of it being electric, so I've come to basically need that. So we're leaving it on. Area rugs is excellent. I don't think we got that far in the other game, but it lets you make rugs to like beauty up rooms a bit, which is really good. And EDB, prepare carefully, just lets you be a lot more specific with what you get. So should have some full disclosure here. This episode, I can't imagine very much will get done, just because we're going to go through a lot of setup stuff if you want to sort of mirror my start. Now, what do we want? I'm thinking maybe start with crash landed, but we are going to make some changes. First of all, new arrivals is fine, but we're going to arrive standing. Starting people, 3 sounds good, it's the standard one. No crypto sleep sickness. Start with some silver, package survival meals. Let's say 30, 10 each, I think. Start with, yeah, 30. Medicine, yeah, components. Bolt action rifle. Now, maybe not. You can see we have way too much equipment now because of the mod, so we're just going to look through here really quick. I'm trying to think of what I want. Shotgun? Is that what it's under? I don't think so. DH hunting shotgun, hunting rifle. Okay, I'm not sure what it is. But how about the hunting rifle instead of the bolt action rifle? I'm pretty sure it is exactly the same, and we'll get, say, like 2 of those and no pistol. Start with not a knife. It's going to be a, I believe it's called a cultist Chris is what I'm looking for. Cult Chris. Steel 1. Start with animals. Not this time. No animals. Start near steel and wood, that's fine. 3 ship chunks randomly scattered around. No ship chunks. The steel can stay. Some more packaged survival meals, that's fine. And yeah, that seems pretty okay. I believe there's something here that we start with research. Is this what I'm thinking? Because I think this starts with an industrial level of technology, which makes sense. Hang on. So what can I do here? So you can start with any research, basically. I would start with some cultist stuff, but not yet. Oh, tailoring. Do we start with tailoring? It's not in alphabetical order, that's a bit frustrating. I don't know, okay. Never mind about that one. But, no, that looks good. I will just leave all this because it doesn't really matter. We are going to do Cassandra Classic with some challenge again. Yeah, we'll just leave it on some challenge. And let's randomize. In fact, how about we randomize our seed with Lovecraft? We are going to generate 100% of the world, which takes a really long time that you guys won't see. Lucky you. From what I understand, so I'm not a really big fan and have a lot of experience with the Cthulhu mythos and the Lovecraftian sort of stories, but from what I understand, it's usually, you know, a little bit rainy and a little bit colder. It's usually in dark sort of New England settlements, so it's, you know, a bit rainy. It's horror. It's always rainy and dark in horror, and it's usually cold. So that's what we're going to go for. Generating with Lovecraft, and we will generate it now. And I will see you guys when we when this world is generated. So be right back. And welcome back. Hello everyone. So we generated our world. It's been a few days since I've played this, so of course I've completely forgotten how to play. So you'll see we have a couple new symbols on our map. Namely this one, which is from the faction The Agency, which are basically the anti-cultists, so them we'll have to be careful of. And this symbol, which is the Fishing Village faction, or their type is Fishing Village. So basically, they're the ones that always get roped into being cultists, and they're where all generally most of the horror takes place, in little fishing villages. And in this, they just provide another faction that dresses uniquely and whatnot. So, where do we want to start this time? Well, I mean, we could start on the coast. Ooh, hello. I haven't actually ever seen this before. There is actually, like, a temperate forest island. Man, that's really cool. Oh, I like how... Okay, actually, there's a lot of new stuff here. Sorry, if you have only just come here from my other videos... Sorry, I should have discussed this. This was in Alpha 17, the one that was just released. So, now the world generates with roads. So you can see here, these are... what are they? So that's a stone road, here you have dirt roads, and in some places, if I can find one... Is that one? Yeah, so you can get ancient roads from, like, ancient civilizations. And now... you also get rivers. How cool is that? So there's rivers and roads crisscrossing everything. And they, as you would expect, they like speed up travel along roads or slow them down crossing rivers. And all the stuff like that. So, what does this mean for the world generation? Well, he also, Tynan, the developer, has also changed how colonies, or sorry, towns and stuff are generated. So you can see that a lot of them are actually pretty close to roads, right? Or they're on roads. Because it makes sense, you know, as civilizations are forming, you want to, if you find old roads that make travel faster, you're going to lean towards that. Like, to me that makes perfect sense. But anyway, let's get into our pick. So, for this one, I'm kind of leaning towards maybe a boreal forest, or a colder temperate forest. Just to spice things up a bit. But if not, we might just hit the coast a little bit. I honestly don't know. There's a lot of pirate stuff around here. Look at that. Oh, that's a busy area. That is a very, very busy area. Decisions. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna give this some thought, and I'll get back to you guys when I've made a decision. So, see you in a flash. Hello everyone, welcome back. So we've sort of settled on this little spot here. You know, we've got a village there, pirates, tribe, a fishing village. We don't have an agency thing nearby, that's the closest one. But, you know, we can't have everything at once. So what we've got here is, it's on the coastline, so we're going to make kind of our own little fishing village-y thing. So it's got some marble, limestone, and slate, which is always a good combination. Average temperature is 17 degrees, winter temperature gets a little bit lower, and summer gets a bit higher, which means it is a growing period of year-round, which is always good. I am playing this sort of in my own time, and playing in a boreal forest, which has a growing period of, like, I think it's just high summer, sort of mid-summer for about 10 days I can grow food. And it's fun, but there's a long time between interesting things happening. So we are going to sit here. We're near a road, and yeah, basically I really like this spot. We're going to make our map just a smidgen bigger. Sorry guys, I really can't talk today, I'm flubbing everything. And you know what, let's check our factions. So in this world we have one faction of Outlanders, which is the villagers. We have one faction of tribespeople. We have the agency. We have one tribe of coastal fishing villages. And one faction of pirates. So no one is an enemy of everyone else. Well, the tribe is an enemy of us, and so are the pirates, but everyone else is pretty fine, and everyone hates the pirates, as usual. So, I like the look of this spot, and we're going to take it. Actually, we have this new feature, so you can see how long it takes to travel, right? So to go there, it would take 1.2 days. So how about to travel over here? So 1.3 days. And pirates, 1.3, 2.2, 2.5. See, this actually isn't that far. I mean, it's going to take forever to, like, get over here, right? Yeah, 19 days, and that's traveling along all the major roads. What about there? Oh, yeah, whoops. Whoops. That's traveling there and back again. No. Just traveling to there. 2.6. This is a good spot. I very much like this spot. So, let's go next. Alright, so, our colonists. First of all, we are just going to random some people. See if we can get some incapable of none. Cooking, construction, social animals, mining, crafting. You know what? You are good. You are 16, so you're actually a child. I mean, that'll go quick. I'll see if we can get another one incapable of none. Alright, so, yeah, I've learnt my lesson. I'm going to try to avoid anyone that already has an addiction. We're not having Espinosa 2.0. It's 53, I'd kind of rather not. So if we get 2 that are incapable of none, like so. 2 teenage males. Interesting. Can we get a female colonist? You know what? That looks damn good. Do we have anyone that's good at mining? Okay, we have someone with passion for mining. That might have to do. Okay. Now we're just going to prepare carefully. So this is the mod, remember we had. So basically it lets you pick a lot more of what they are. So what have we got here? Trait slothful. That's fine. Psychically dull. Greedy, abrasive, and chemical interest. That could be an interesting one. So just for the sake of things, I'm thinking we get rid of abrasive. Nudist, it's not going to happen in our place. Annoying voice. This is going to be brilliant. Everyone's going to hate each other. And a fast walker. So that's fine. That's fine. I like all this. So with this mod you can change pretty much everything. So you can give them special clothes or weapons or, you know, pretty much anything you want. You can set their relationships. So you can make these two, or these two brother and sister, or, you know, basically whatever you want. So that's in relationships. And you can give them different equipment. Actually, this is just the equipment from the start, so that's tied in quite well with prepare carefully. Huh. I didn't actually know it worked that way. But that's really cool. So... I very much like the look of this, but I am going to do one... No. No, I'm not. No, that's fine. So, let's get started. Am I sure? Yeah, why not? Here we go. So, obviously the goal for this, as I said, is we're going to start a cult and begin worshipping the nameless horrors from beyond, the Eldritch gods. Ignore that. And here we are. So, we'll get straight into it. Do we have anybody that's good at shooting? Definitely not you. You're okay. And you're also terrible. Might as well give it to you, I guess. You've got no melee. We had a Cult Chris here somewhere, didn't we? Or I missed it. Did I not add that? So this is mountainous area. Oh, hello. That is a sandstone wall. Very cool. I see a bit more metal. A bit more metal. Various, so nothing, basically. Various again. Oh, and a Mega Sloth. So you can see by this that this may actually be a pretty easy colony. you know, we're not going to get any invasions from this side. I'm pretty sure this is deep water. Yep, deep ocean water, shallow ocean water. So you can cross the light-coloured stuff, but you can't cross the deep stuff. So everything past that mountain is out. So to get to us, everyone's pretty much going to have to go through here. And you know what, as someone that plays Rimworld and constantly gets invaded from every side, I like that. I like that a lot. So what are we going to do? Well, first things first, we're going to set up a stockpile up here, because this is where we're going to be living. So massive stockpile and a big dumping stockpile. And this time, we are going to get straight into building some houses. So we'll go, say, a 6x6. I don't think that is actually 6x6. Maybe it is. 6. Is that the same size? Looks that way. 6. And we're going to turn on time because it's going to take absolutely forever to do this otherwise. You need beds. I am working on it. We'll set up a nice little room here. This will be our cook, prep, and freezer at some point. And how big is this zone? Okay, let's see if I can wing this. Actually, I could just zoom in really close. So there, 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 and there. And what I almost forgot to do just then is set up some growing zones. So how about over here, say a 5x5. Can't do another one. 5x5 here, sounds good. And how about at the front of each house, we'll just have a little growing zone. And we're just going to pause it so they don't like plant potatoes and everything. And this one, why don't we grow some cocoa? No one can grow it yet because they don't have the skill, but that's fine. Some sugarcane, same thing. And a little bit of heel root. And over here, we're going to plant some corn. It's always a good crop. And what else do we grow? You know what? Let's grow some carrots. We haven't grown carrots yet. I don't think I've grown carrots in any of my games, so that's what we're growing. And then up the back here, the most important crop, which will be cotton. Or flax. No, we're going to make cotton. We're also going to need some new wood. And we're probably going to want to move all this stuff out of the way and into the dumping stockpile. Let's just see if we can't clear all this rubbish out. Oh, that's already in there. Excellent. And in fact, we need to build some. We'll just build a sleeping spot for the moment because they don't require actual building. They're not going to like it because they're outside and they're on the dirty ground and, you know, all the regular complaints. But for the moment, they will deal with it. I think this is the best map I've had for a while. I quite like this. So if you want to start expanding into the mountain, we could. Nothing really stopping us from even very carefully knocking out this whole mountain. Actually, probably can't. It would be overhead mountain. Kind of sucks. We have a bear very close to our living area, and that doesn't fill me with confidence. Oh, it's Timberwolf. Killing something, a rat, I think. I have to keep an eye on him so he doesn't start attacking our colonists. Is that ironwood? That is ironwood. Excellent. And that looks like a steel wall, and it is. So let's also deconstruct all of this to there. And while everything's going on there, we'll have a little bit of a talk. So, for everyone that was waiting with bated breath for Rimworld to start again, welcome back. I'm excited. I love me some Rimworld. I can play it a lot, different combinations. There is another mod pack that is made, I think, by the same guy that does the Call of Cthulhu stuff. Call of Cthulhu? Just the Cthulhu mod pack. And it is Star Wars themed. So you can get Jedi and train them in Force powers. You can make lightsabers. He's added a faction mod that adds sort of the Empire and the Rebels, and scum and villainy. So the Han Solos and the bounty hunters and all that stuff. So that's quite cool. And that might be the next play. I did have a bit of a play with it in my own time, and it was very fun. So, definitely play that at some point. But for the moment, we're going to delve into the dark mysteries of Lovecraft. What I don't have on here that he did add in as well is the Lovecraft Storyteller. And the only reason that's not here is I heard with the first version of it, it was brutally hard, and it was getting to the point where it was almost impossible. So that's basically the only reason I don't have it. But I will definitely have to have a look at it and see if it is as bad as everyone says, or they're just being soft. That is a really big dumping stockpile. I didn't expect it to be that big. I appreciate you building the floor, really I do, but yeah, can we finish the wall? Thank you. Let's deconstruct this stuff, and we will add in actual beds. I suppose we better also, start a bit of solar power. How about here? We'll just build, say, 4. It's probably way too many, but it'll be right. Some wooden floors. I see we have a lot of plant. Oh wait, that stuff can't be planted. And you are still chopping down that stuff to make way for the cotton. Very good. Because obviously we're going to want standing lamps in these rooms. 2, 3. And as soon as we get to the visitors. Oh, hello. Wait, what faction is that? Oh, it's not the Agency, because the Agency is called the Agency. Oh, it's the Outlander Union. Very, very cool. And I was saying something. Right, we are going to set up a simple research bench in here for the time being. But what I was going to say was that we are going to have to start working on our church for when we decide to form a cult, or when the game decides we should form a cult, which I believe should be any minute now. Don't know. It's a random chance. Happens every now and again. Obviously, we don't really have anything to trade at the moment, so there's no real point talking to them. Give your faction a name. Our name will be the Followers. And our community we will call, in honor of the Lovecraft horror, it will be New Dunwich. And the visitors are leaving. It's fine. Man, it's taking like 3 days to get this thing set up. So you can see just how ungodly slow mining is now. That was in the Alpha 17 update. And as one of my very loyal subscribers, Birdsall, told me that, and I saw when I was testing Alpha 17 that you can now, as my complaint was in the last series, that you couldn't set like a crafting recipe to restart at a point. It either restarted when you didn't have enough, or so it either wasn't going or it was. Sort of, if you were missing one, they would still go back and fill up that one. So now you can set a recipe so that they go, oh, it's missing one, that's not enough. You know, we'll start doing it again when there's at least 10 left. And I hear ominous humming. Is that the good ominous humming? I don't think it is. No, that's just a very good bit of soundtrack. So we have a local squirrel's gone mad. He is very far away. Did I mention I love this map? So that looks like an ancient horror area there. Oh yeah, that's a path. That's a thing. But here's my two soldiers right here. It's probably going to be pretty abysmal. Yeah, thank you. Let's just melee attack it. Just punch the squirrel to death. It's only a squirrel. Famous last words. Yep, we've, and we killed it. You say, we knocked it out, but it was over so quickly. Set up a butcher table out here. And we'll need a stone cutter's table. Butcher creature, I'd do that forever. Strange kibble. Yes, strange kibble. We need batteries. You are correct, we do need batteries. We also need all this stuff to go. But we are just about out of time. So, I'm really excited. I'm excited for this series. The cultist run. And, ooh, there we go. Look at that. Our cult will be starting shortly. So an eerie tree has manifested itself. And we'll end this episode once that cult gets started. Which should be any second. It's begun obsessively writing pages of strange symbols. Extreme break risk, because you've performed the investigation. Now they're berserk. But that's okay. They won't see anyone, they should be over that before they get back. Chewie has no memory of the writing that is still slightly dampened. No memory of the writing that is still slightly dampened from the sweat of their labours. It is a ghastly book filled with a strange alien language that is not readily understood. The ominous-looking diagrams of ritual sacrifices and spells within the tome has some colonists unnerved by its occult nature, whereas others have proposed setting up a proper research centre to further study the secrets held within. So now we have a grimoire of the occult, and Chewie is going to get himself killed by beating up animals. So do we have the need yet? We do not. So, sorry we didn't get much done in this episode, but I had to take you guys through the setup and the fun. And before I forget, and don't do it, I'm just going to put a roof area over that. Yeah, sorry we didn't get much done. Obviously in the next episode we will get a ton more done. But yeah, that's all we've got time for this episode. So, thank you very much everybody for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and let me know. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will really appreciate it if you do. If you think you know any friends that will enjoy my content, make sure you show a video or two to them. I'm always looking to grow my community, and you guys are just the best, and I love you for supporting me in this. And finally, I love hearing from you, so make sure if you want to leave any comments or thoughts about where this series is going to go, or sort of anything you want me to do, feedback, sort of anything like that, make sure you leave that in the comments down below. And I will see all of you in the next episode. Goodbye.